You are watching an improvised cinematic narrative with live production, including music and dialogue. There is no script. Are you okay?
Define okay for me.
Oh, that's good. You're alive.
Yeah, thanks to the others, I guess.
Do I sense some disappointment in your voice, Rabbit?
As lovely a place to die as this is, I'm not sure. Dying in another man's castle is not my idea of a good death.
I am surprised, but somehow not, to see you are next to me.
You know about the scorpion and the frog, right?
I love a good story, if you want to tell it.
Surely you've heard that one before.
I have not. I didn't hear many stories growing up.
Oh, I even know a song about it. There's a beautiful emerald green frog sitting there by the bank of the river. She's been swimming all day, and sun is just starting to set. The frog hears the sound of skittering, the sound of kiting, scuffling over rock. And so the frog swims out of reach, just before a scorpion crests the hill. The frog turns away, looking to swim across the river. But the scorpion calls out and says, "Please, I beg of you, I must cross this river." The frog is suspicious and asks, "Why would I help you?" The scorpion says, "Because it is your nature." The frog hesitates and looks inward. And after deciding that its old enemy has a point, swims back to the bank and says, "I could carry you across the river on my back, but how do I know that you won't sting me?" And the scorpion says, "If I sting you, then we will both drown, and surely we will both die." The frog thinks on this for a moment, and satisfied, offers her back to the scorpion. And together they swim for a moment. Old enemies becoming new friends. Halfway across the river, the frog feels a sting of pain, like a paper cut, somewhere at the base of her spine, and loses all the feeling in her limbs. Just before her mouth falls below the waterline, she calls out, "Why?" And the scorpion replies, "Because it is in my nature."
Am I the scorpion or the frog?
I don't know. You don't strike me as a demure frog, no. But the point is, we can't deny what we are, or who we are. It's in my nature to help people. Or to try. I fight for convictions and for what I think is right. That's often stood me on bizarre battle lines in the past. Normally, I'm a better shot.
Did you hesitate?
No. The second he had the machete on you, I was just trying to pick a target. I just couldn't settle on which one. So I tried for all of them.
I saw my window, my moment. I knew exactly when to strike before he struck me, but I hesitated for some reason. I thought they'd come for you and Jules and Herbie. I don't usually hesitate. I don't think I've ever hesitated before. Today.
What's making you hesitate?
You.
Me?
I've never met anyone like you before. And I wasn't ready for your story to be over. I haven't read it yet.
In that case, can you... I'm not gonna say sorry, but I will ask for your forgiveness. I think those are two different things, don't you think?
What?
Something in me did not want you to die there. And I think maybe you looked like you were ready.
I do not fear death.
I don't either, not for me. Dying is really easy for the dead, though. I've seen it. I guess you have too. It's much harder on the living. I don't know your story either. And I knew if I didn't act, I'd probably never hear it. Because I don't know if you've told anybody. And I thought that was an injustice. Truly.
Do you believe in fate now? Destiny?
I didn't say... Do I still believe in it, you mean, or...?
Yes.
I think so. Do you know how long Julius and I have known each other?
No. How long?
We were on opposite sides of a war once.
What war is that?
East and West. Thieves landing against Van Horn. Names I'm not sure mean anything to you.
Van Horn means something to me.
So as it turns out, this is a terrible bet. Well, I'm just gonna sit on the floor here, that feels fair.
So that's several years at least.
It's a while back. I'd say we probably met. August 1900. I remember it pretty well, to be honest. It was, woman named Holly Frost shot someone I cared for very dearly in the back. Lured him to a cave. Unloaded 6 rounds from a double action. One of the bullets glanced his skull, sent him into a coma. I was wanted at the time for a number of things: bank robbery, hostage taking, attempted kidnapping, attempted murder of a peace officer, a few other things. Well, she nearly killed him But me and another person in this gang, we saw this trap coming, and we set a trap of our own, and we caught her. He took her away to do whatever it is that people like that do, the captives, I guess. And I took my wounded to Valentine to get him medical help, and I was arrested in the process. After I was out, I was the de facto leader of the gang. I was called by the woman that shot him, because she somehow escaped, to a meeting where she wanted to clear the air, which I knew was a trick. So I brought 2 of mine, 2 people that I promised very big favors to who came along, and then 2 strangers that I paid out of pocket, just so that I wasn't going there alone. Most of the people on my side are dead or gone. Emphasis on gone. The other side was Gavin Summers, Holly Frost, and Julius Bradshaw.
I see. Julius has told me a little bit about his time with Gavin Summers.
Yeah. I don't think it's time he looks back on fondly.
I sense some regret, yes, when he talks about it.
We concluded that meeting trying to keep things peaceful, and he came up to me afterwards and said, "I don't like how any of this happened. I'm not a fan of it. If you ever need anything, if I can help, please call on me." That was my first time meeting him. Didn't know anything about us other than my story. The reason everyone felt so sympathetic for me back in the day boils my fucking blood. You ever been used as a prop, Delilah? In someone else's story?
Yes. Once. Never again.
The man that shot me was in the employ of Gavin Summers at the time. Gavin paid mercenaries to hurt everybody that Jack was close to. They came into my bar in Thieves Landing, and I offered them hospitality. We broke bread, salt and bread. I offered them drinks. I told them that they were welcome, and that my only request was that if they wanted to be our enemies, that they'd say it to my face, and I had my word that they would go unharmed until we met in battle. They nodded and smiled, and they ate of my food, and they drank. They walked out, gunned down one of my men outside the bar, came back in and opened fire. Put bullets in the backs of people that had beers in their hands that they were just swapping stories with. All for a couple $1,000s. That's the price of one's integrity, I guess. I'm skipping around, I'm sorry. Memory's a bit hazy. That's not how I lost my eye. That was just another casualty in this stupid war. Like all wars are stupid. I robbed banks. I had some friends who taught me how, but always said that I wasn't ready. They always said I was too immature, too flighty. They said I had potential, but I needed to work on it. So they taught me how to crack safes and how to pick locks, and I was very good at it. And I was a deft hand with a pistol, but I didn't like hurting people. My name was different back then. Back in Australia, my name was Morgan.
Surely you know the meaning of this name.
My mother named me for it on purpose, saying that I was an ill omen in her life.
No. No. That can't be right.
I changed it to Rory when I came to the crossing. It's what people used to call me anyway. Well, these friends, they didn't like that Rory was running around with people they didn't like. So they grabbed Rory off the side of the road and took everything they had. And then demanded that they told them where Jack Kettleman was. But Rory adored Jack. He believed in Rory. He took them on the bank jobs, let them crack the safes, let them hold the gun, let them ride the horse. Well, Rory's other friends didn't like that very much, so when Rory couldn't answer what Jack Kettleman was because they loved Jack too much, they threw them against a railing in a place called Stillwater Creek and shot them once in the back of the head. The bullet glanced, traveled partially through the brain, then ricocheted out the front, destroying the eyeball. Took several surgeries to remove most of the shrapnel. But the person that woke up was me. Something new.
Does it feel like a different person when you tell this story?
It does. There's all these blanks, these holes. I remembered most everything, but that's sort of the ironic part, isn't it? I can't remember what I forgot. What lies in the hazy in-betweens is... well, there could be novels worth for all I know. I remember Australia very well.
What was it like?
This is kind of a long story. I can tell you if you want, but...
I like a good story, Rabbit. If
Okay.
you feel up to the task.
I come from a place called the Snowy Mountains. There's snow all year round, but it doesn't fall too heavy until winter. Not upon the Midlands, which is where we lived. I was actually born in the Blue Mountains, in my father's camp. See, he was a bushranger. That's an old country outlaw. With all the bells and whistles. Bank robbery. Train robbery. Stagecoaches. Travelers on the road. Highwaymen with a bit of folksiness to them, I guess. My parents were both second-generation Irish convicts. They were born criminals. Just like I was. Because that's how they used to charge it back in the day. Kieran, my father, after Fiona, my mother, gave birth to me, realized how hard it was to keep a child fed and watered and warm. I was the first of the camp children. I definitely was not the last. It seemed all these folks were starting to settle down. They'd spent long enough robbing. Now it's time to actually use that money to live a life. But Australia is mostly untamed land. There's not many places you can go beyond the reach of the law. But it's not impossible, if you have some help. When I was about 4 years old, my father decided to get out of the game. A few of the others were doing it too. There was a group of corrupt lawmen called the Shaw Brothers. They were British penal officers / bounty hunters. It wasn't the first time they had gone to one of Her Majesty's homes away from home to do their work. Big family. All of them pretty handy with a gun and a horse. But the real money was in, helping people disappear, so that's what they did. In exchange for his small fortune, they got my father a farm, heads of cattle, merino sheep, very popular back home, very expensive wool. And a clean slate in the Snowy Mountains. I grew up on that ranch. I grew up with the sheep. We had a few horses, a handful of cows, chickens, a sheepdog, a stable hand.
And lots of rabbits.
Entirely too many. Well, the thing about it was that loan came with a lot of interest, and with that interest came repayments, and as my father understood it, the money that he'd be earning hand over fist from selling this wool would cover all that. Except my father was an outlaw his entire life, not a farmer. The farm had a lot of lean years. It took him a while to get the handle of things, and he wasted a lot of money, and hiring on hands to do the work, to actually salvage something from the sheep. So, most of the time we broke even, and to start with, they were pretty understanding.
Mm.
But at some point, when a payment gets missed, they take it out on him.
I see.
Just reminders to start with. They said that they weren't bad men. But, eventually they took it out on my mother. God rest her soul and all. They didn't kill her, but they killed part of her, I think. She was a very harsh woman. Everything was always about God's judgment and divine wrath and rightful comeuppance and omens and portents. So she believed that sinners will be punished in the end. And then when I got old enough, they turned their attention to me. You can barely see these ones. Just an old spiderweb, I guess. I've got a lot of geography that I put on top of it since. Honestly, most days I can't feel this side of my face. There's just so much tissue there, built up. But it drove my father insane. To do what he did, to save his family and then see them trapped in a cage that he built with his own hands. It was too much for him. So he dug up his old stuff and he went back to doing what he knew how, and that was robbing people. He and two young bucks that he found to work with him tried to rob a bank. But a lot had changed in the game in the decade and a half that he'd been out of it. So they caught him. And the same people that gave him this wonderful new lease on life were the ones that hanged him too. And my mother was a very harsh person, but she loved my father dearly, more than anything. And when he died, she went in the winter. She had this fever that she couldn't shake, no matter what I did. And I asked her, "Are you scared?" And she said, "No, I'm going to be with your father." And I said, "I'll see you there one day, right?" And she just looked at me. And then she was gone. So I buried them both together, and then the farm was mine, which means the debt was mine, which means the cage was mine to live in. I was a much better farmer than my father, so I could turn a profit. I made that farm successful. We had dozens and dozens of heads of sheep. I had 2 stable hands with me that did a lot of the gritty work, I guess. But the Shaw brothers weren't done with me, because even though I was making repayments, something about my father spitting in their face and getting himself killed bothered them. So they offered me a choice. I could continue working that farm for the rest of my days, knowing that I would forever be outpaced by my debt. Or I could marry their youngest, a boy by the name of Tobias Shaw, who was just barely 19. This seemed fine to them. They got their investment back. They got their farm. All the money would be in their name anyway. And they thought I was tenacious enough to, I don't know, mother the next generation of Shaws. So, they came around to celebrate our impending engagement. Everyone got very drunk, and then his brothers left so that he could pop the question. And he asked me if I'd marry him, and I said, of course. You just gotta get down on one knee first. And I broke a bottle over his skull. And I tore the jagged glass across his face. And I said, now, sweetheart, we're even. And he grabbed me by the throat and pinned me against the wall, and I thought he would stop, but he didn't, so. I spent a lot of summers training with my 22. And on occasion, when my father was drunk, he'd show me his old Navy Colt. Showed me the action, showed me how to load it properly, because it was one of those old, ugly, black powder things with blasting caps. I knew how a pistol worked. So while he held me with both his hands, my free hand grabbed the pistol from his holster, and I shot him through the neck. And then I dragged his body out to the snow and let it turn red.
What did it feel like?
Apotheosis. Like freedom that I'd never tasted. There was this voice in the back of my head that said he was the most innocent of them, and that he deserved it the least, and then another voice said, that's what makes it fair.
Edgar said the same thing to me yesterday, before he chopped someone down. Exactly that.
Huh.
Fate. We're intertwined in some strange way, Rabbit. I don't know why yet. Did you watch the life leave him?
Yeah. Every second. I watched his eyes change from angry to confused to desperate. And I watched the light leave him. Dead bodies always look strange. They always look wrong somehow. But less so when you watch it happen in real time.
Do you think we will all pass confused?
I hope not. hope there's certainty in my death. It's all I hope for. An exclamation mark, not a question mark. I moved very quickly. I released all the sheep that I could. All the cattle. And I butchered the ones that I could. I spread an oil lantern across the house and the barn. Anything that was wooden, I set alight. But not before I found my father's old things. His colt. And that's when his family came back. And they chased me through the night. I remember shooting one of them off his horse after I crossed a river, slowing them down. I traveled for a long time, and then I disappeared.
Sandanine told me. Anyway.
Howdy.
Hi there.
I brought help that's a little more professional than me.
Hi, folks. My name's Astrid.
Alex's daughter. I know you. I know that voice.
Do you want me here?
That's up to her.
Do you not like them, Rabbit?
I have no reason to like, but I have no reason to hate. So we can call it ambivalence for the time being. But I know what she's capable of.
If you folks aren't comfortable having me here, I am more than willing to step away. It's no problem to me.
If I might say, Delilah,
Yes.
I think you need to be looked at by someone other than a half-baked person who has taken one medical class in a state far away over a year ago. And that would be me.
You know, for a second I thought you were calling me half-baked.
No, that was me. I'd say you're fully baked. Like a piece of toast or something. With some jam on it or something.
You don't bake toast, Maddie. You toast toast.
You can bake toast. Anyway,
Dal, I'm
How about
sure
it-
she doesn't.
You may
How
look
about
at
I
me.
give you some time to discuss and then...
Oh, it's fine. You may look at me.
Oh, okay. Sure. Do you want to sit down somewhere?
Would you like me to sit down?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing
Generally
you passed
better for
out
looking
before
over
the end.
people.
Okay.
yeah. You did.
I can't see a damn thing. But I know what your face looks like, Madison Windward.
I'd hope so.
And I bet that brow is creased with worry. You can relax. I've had it worse.
You ought to be glad you can't see my brow, because it's covered by my hat right now.
Fooled again.
Foiled by an article of clothing. An accessory of sorts.
Alright, let's have a look at you.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get you something, Rabbit, right?
Jeez, you've been through a lot. Let's have a look at these. So, you've been sutured, but it doesn't look like it's been done terrifically well.
I can tell you I was working with one hand at the time.
You did the sutures?
With one hand, while dying from arterial bleed in my arm at the time, yes.
Jeez, Rabbit.
It was necessary.
Yeah. I
Not
don't
to
doubt
take the
for
full
this.
credit, by the way. It took a village. I'd say no less than 7 people worked on Delilah. So there's probably a bit of a mixture of handiwork there on her body.
Well, you've done a good job keeping her alive this long. Alright.
Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. How are they doing?
Hi there. Fine for now.
Jules, are you alright?
Yeah, I'll live.
Howdy, Julius.
I need to get some. I need to go to the campfire and boil some water because I'm going to, clean out things once when we come to redoing the suturing. Give me a moment.
Sure.
Is there anything I can help with? Anything you need?
Oh. If you want, yeah, you could help me. You could help me by running to a campfire, boiling up some water, and bringing it to me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. If you grab some fresh water from the river as opposed to the sea and boil it for me, that'll be ideal.
Got your old friend here?
Oh, never Peter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Glad I didn't lose it.
I remembered where you dropped it.
You know how many shots I fired, Delilah?
How many? 7.
13.
Unlucky.
Depends on your perspective, I guess.
That is a good omen. Always leaving a bullet in your gun.
You never know if you might need it in the afterlife.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tradition in our family.
Is it?
Yeah, we bury everybody with a single spare bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Just the one.
That's all you need.
You don't need this one yet.
Alright, as soon as we get the boiled water, we can get started.
All right.
Thank you for bringing some help.
Mm. We also found a woman. She's lost some of her memories.
Well, you know how that feels.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting there.
Yeah.
Her memory's almost better than mine, but her ability to recall is sluggish at the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help, little one.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Ailish. Ailish Peters. Wife to Drew Peters.
Aha! Thank you.
I didn't picture any of them would still be here.
My guess is that she fell.
Thank you.
Would you
Or-
like me to lay down?
Yeah, please.
Or something happened that caused her to get separated. Do you need a little more room, Doctor? I don't want to crowd
No.
you.
No, it's okay.
I should probably sit down anyways. I've been really running around more than I should.
Yeah, probably.
Alright. You okay there?
Yes. It's lost in
All right.
thought. You're fine.
Alright. Just gonna have a feel of your forehead.
Sure.
keep nice and still for me a minute. I'm gonna check your pulse. If it's fast, might mean your injuries are still bleeding on the inside. Have we ever met before, Delilah?
I don't believe so, no.
No, I don't recall we have either, but I've heard a lot about you.
I think I've heard about you too. Were you not the doctor that was here before with Kettleman?
I was one of them, yeah. But that's a long and complicated story for a different time.
Of course.
Alright. So, I'm gonna give you a medicine. It's called antifibrin.
No,
No? You don't want it?
no.
Okay. That's fine.
You oppose, Delilah?
Yes. She can do whatever she needs to do. But I'm not taking anything.
No medicine. Okay. What that medicine would do, it's called antifibrin, and it helps to deal with infections that are in your body. I can clean the wound, but not taking the medicine rests fighting the infection entirely on your own body.
I understand.
That's fine. Okay. Let's, get to work. I take it that means you don't want any painkillers at the moment.
No.
You should probably be aware that she's had a blood transfusion,
Alright.
taken from a universal donor, obviously.
Yeah. That's good news.
I won't fight you. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You also have to drain a degree of fluid from her lungs.
I see. Well, we'll do a check and see if that's all still holding up.
Just lots of potential infection sites for Miss Delilah here. Which wouldn't be so bad if she lived in the middle of a jungle. Or
Yeah,
if she
for
didn't,
sure.
rather.
Alright, let's have a good old listen to your breathing. Okay. Fine. Looks like the removal of the fluids didn't well. So let's get these sutures started.
All right. Why did you become a doctor?
I became a doctor. One, because my mom was a nurse. She used to look after people, and I helped her as I was growing up. And two, I saw my friends horribly hurt one day and decided that I wanted to be there to do something about it when people got hurt.
Funny what gets passed down generation to generation.
Yeah, well, the closest thing that passes to a hospital in my home country is about an hour's boat ride from where we stayed. So, my mum being a clinician, all we really could do was, we had to keep things in the community, basically. So I helped her. I helped run her clinics. I helped some basic tasks. I've been doing that since I was 14. Alright, this is gonna feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna use these scissors to part the sutures that are there. And we're gonna remove the threads. And then we're gonna redo the sutures, okay? It's gonna take me a while because you got a lot of injuries.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. I've made up a batch of saline with the water that your friend helpfully got from us. I'm gonna use that to clean out the wounds. So when I do this, you're gonna feel a cold sensation going over you, but that's just the saline.
My caretaker was also a healer.
Oh, I see.
A midwife.
Oh. That's a lovely profession.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's a hard job. Most jobs in medicine are. But, yeah. Helping deliver babies into the world. Alright. Looks like the wound just needs resutured, but everything beneath it's okay. So, keep nice and still for me. We're just going to start suturing resuturing the wound. So, because these have been quite deep, I'm gonna do what's called retention sutures. So you're gonna get 2, and you're gonna get a narrow line of them, then a second line of them to go a little bit deeper, just to really make sure that's all held together. There we go. Alrighty. That's one done. Let's move on to the next.
Were you able to save them? Your friends?
A great friend of mine, she was the one who saved them. All I could do was hold pressure against the wounds and keep them stable. But yeah, that day they lived.
But you were not able to protect them after.
They left.
Hmm.
They got called to rejoin their position in the army. And they left the crossing to go to some far-flung country and fight a war. The same reason by which I met them all. It's the reason that I never got to see any of them again. I've heard most of them are still alive, but don't know if they'll remember me.
Would it bother you if they did not remember? Or is it enough to just know they are alive?
Honestly, probably for the best. A lot of them don't remember me.
And why is that?
I'm not the same person I was when they knew me. Lots changed since then.
What makes you think they're the same as when you knew them?
That's true. That is true.
Sometimes people grow together, even when they're apart.
I guess. Well, I met one of them recently and he hates me. So I guess I've got precedent to believe that the others will follow suit.
I was told once, it takes a lot of passion to be hated. Or loved. And to be either hated or loved means you are living well.
Yeah. certainly merit to that.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Love and hate are basically the same thing in the end of the day.
Yes.
A variation on extreme passion. Opposite of love ain't hate, opposite of hate ain't love. The opposite would be, I don't know, complete apathy.
Alright, that's me done redoing all of these sutures.
Thank
Let's get you bandaged up. Yeah. Alright, there we are.
Thank you.
Yeah. If your infection worsens, if you start feeling dizzy or nauseous or start vomiting, fevered, if your wounds start going red or start bleeding, you need to see a doctor again, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem at all.
What do I owe you?
Nothing really.
I insist.
Well, I don't exactly charge very often for my work, so. That's too much. You can't give me that.
I think you'll find I can do whatever I want.
That's
And so can
not
you.
what that was implying. Alright. Thank you.
I have no need for money.
Thanks.
Will you look them over as well?
If they would like me to, I would be happy to.
Sure. I can tell you what it was, if you like.
Sure, you tell me while I clean down my tools.
It was a bullet lodged very deep in my arm. It nicked an artery, but the bullet itself was providing pressure. Adequate pressure. It was removed. The artery was clamped. And microsutures were used to seal the nick in the artery. Blood flow was returned. Stitches have held. That's when I passed out.
Did you do it on yourself?
No, I had two very lovely people that I just helped guide through the process. I helped out as much as I could with a pair of forceps, but doing mirror work is never advised.
No, it's not. Alright. Let's have a look. Alright, let's see how that one's looking. let's have a check of your pulse. Make sure those artery stitches are holding up well. Okay, that's good news. Well, you got a little bit of a sign of redness around the wound, like you might have a little infection brewing. Need to work out if I need to redo the sutures, cleaning out the wound, or if I can just give you some antifibrin and your body will take care of the rest. Well, the skin's not sloughing, so that's good news. Means the sutures are gonna hold in place for a little while.
Oh boy, I love good news.
Do you want the antifibrin, or would you rather not be medicated?
Got any side effects?
Yeah. It can. There's the obvious one of allergies. If you need to be on it long term, it does have toxicity over time. Let's double check what else we've got.
How about I just keep the wound very clean for the time being?
Alright. Fair enough.
They were, bleeding from their nose and from their eye, glass eye.
Alright, let's have a look there.
I didn't see any other injuries on them.
That's okay. So your face isn't injured, but you have been bleeding. Hmm. Hmm.
Did someone look at you, Jules?
Yeah, I get stitched up.
Other than, oh, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, it ain't gonna be pretty, but, better than the last time I took a machete.
You took a machete.
Yeah. A few years back.
Hmm.
And forgive me, did you take a bullet today or another machete?
That would be, tangle number 2 with a machete, it seems.
Edgar?
I was
Rabbit,
the
do you mind
first
if I have a look at
to,
your eyes?
first to act, so he turned to me with the machete after he took it out of you. Been a hell of a day.
Yeah, I lost a friend today.
Yeah. Yeah, I am sorry about Jules.
Yeah, me too.
Let's have a look. Hmm. You got a little bit of blood in your eye socket. I'm going to, gonna clean it out just with a little bit of saline. Make sure there's no fresh injuries there. Alright, let's see if there's anything new there.
I think that's enough.
Alright. Fair enough.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Doctor.
You folks take care.
Doctor.
I think I'm going to rest now. Jules, did Charlie find you?
Yeah, we had a conversation.
Were you pleased with this conversation and the direction it took?
I think so. I think we, figuring out what comes next.
We talked about a few things.
Well, I think I need to rest now, but I would like to be a part of future conversations about what comes next. If
Yeah.
you don't mind.
No, absolutely. I gotta get back to the mainland to start putting some things in motion. Not fit to travel tonight, probably tomorrow, so try to see you before we leave.
Alright. Maybe I'll send Charlie with you. I don't think I can go with you myself.
You know, he actually volunteered to come, so.
Good.
Yeah.
I shall have to thank him.
Maybe y'all can fill me in tomorrow or something.
Yeah. We should rest now. Jules.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you, darling.
I love you too.
I don't regret it for a goddamn second. What it's worth. Only wish I'd acted a little sooner.
I'll talk to you when I can, okay?
Okay.
Rest. Don't lie awake thinking of... Don't lie awake. Try to rest. You're gonna need your energy.
Yeah. I've actually got something of yours.
No.
I tried to clean it up best I could. Some of this ain't coming out, that's for sure, but at least it ain't a sticky mess no more.
Thank you.
We'll talk once y'all all rested up, alright?
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Take care.
I didn't know that you were a fan of tarot, though.
No problem.
Quiet.
Yeah, I found 2 cards today.
Did you?
I did.
Which ones?
I got the 5 of Wands. And the Knight of Cups.
Of course you did.
I'll talk to you soon, I guess.
Rest well, my frog, scorpion, rabbit.
I want to hear your story next time.
I think for the first time I might actually want to share it.
Hello?
Hi. Please, if you're in a rush, go ahead. I'll wait till you're done.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm finished, so sorry about that. What's your name, sorry?
You don't recognize me?
No?
Delilah.
Oh.
Oh, you're looking a bit worse for the wear. I won't even ask. I could tell the moment you stepped over my threshold. Death is on your shoulders. You've always had a demon riding you, but there's something else going on. Something different. A dark cloud obscures your vision. I see you digging a hole, not in the ground, but into the palm of your hand. You're trying to scratch an itch that you can't reach. I see you dreaming in your waking life, and sleeping in your dreams. You're losing touch, but you've never let go. A vulture's wing, sand through your fingers. A stranger's grin in the sunset. Now the real question is, do you need me to make more bullets? Or more dull knives?
You look nice.
I should have figured you'd be poached.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Feeling.
Well, that's a good sign if you're feeling something.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose. How
But
are you?
I'm glad you're alive. That's how I am.
It's nice to see you too.
Mm-hmm.
You look nice.
Oh, yeah. I went back to the crossing briefly, so.
You did.
Mm-hmm. Just in time for finding a friend of mine died that day I was back there, so that's nice.
It's not a good omen, is it?
Is it an omen of somebody dying?
Yes.
I don't think my friend dying is an omen to me. No, I think it is just an unfortunate inevitability. Someone sticks around that place long enough, it's just gonna happen. Especially if you're a lawman. But regardless, quite a buzz around the island now. With Edgar back and...
He's back.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ran into his candy cane candy man earlier.
Oh, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. That guy is maybe the worst of them all as far as just scumbags. Some guy that had been fighting in that fight, and he got injured, so that guy Ox, he was at the bar. When we walked over, we were talking, and we went over there, and one of them goes, "Hey, weren't you in this fight?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, but I was injured." And they said, like, "It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter." This candy cane, it takes out a hammer, right? Now, keep in mind, all this guy's friends are on the ground. All of Edgar's people are right there. And what does this guy do? He purposely has to go behind this guy to hit him with a hammer. Like he literally just obviously walked around behind him so the guy couldn't see it coming, which was completely unnecessary.
Power trip.
Just the fucking, I won't even say a snake. That's mean to snakes. Every snake I see on this island has been pretty. Maybe they surprised me, but it's not like they were sneaking around. A fucking weasel. That's what he is. He's a weasel. But he's here. He's pretty committed. I had a chat with him.
Candy cane?
No, Edgar. I mean, Candy Cane was there, but there's a reporter here right now from the crossing over here going to visit the king.
I see. Would that be Aurelia?
No, but she appears to be the page or something like that because she was leading the reporter over there.
I see.
Yes, she's quite the servant now. I just had Boone and Mishka go look for Rabbit up on top of the mountain behind us here. Apparently Rabbit's in some fucked up shape. Needs surgery.
What kind of surgery?
A doctor has told Rabbit that they have about 5 years left to live. Unless they have the surgery, which will give them 10 years left to live. Now, this is if they slow down and don't keep exacerbating their condition. The condition is there's something stuck in their head that's lodged in their brain, I assume. And it needs to be removed. Now, there is a consequence, because you say, well, why don't you just get the surgery, right? Apparently, they believe that if the surgery happens, they will forget everything they know, down to how to read and how to write and that sort of thing. They will be like a baby. For a potential extra 5 years. So that's what Mishka's concerned about.
Yeah, that doesn't seem worth it to me.
Yeah, what's the even? If you forget that much and you forget everything, you're not going to be the same person when all is said and done.
Agreed.
If it's blank slate, it's yeah. The only thing is, it just could get worse if Rabbit doesn't slow down. But they were bleeding all over the place. But that's why Rabbits like bleeds out of their eyes and their nose sometimes. Have you talked to anybody since you've been here?
Other than Candy Cane today, no.
Okay. But Edgar seems to still be fixated on you, so
Really?
he's really leaning into this you have people hexed thing. I don't know if he believes it, or I don't know if he thinks he has to try to get power on the island by convincing people that you're a devil. I don't know why people need that much convincing. It's pretty obvious to me.
All this because he wants the power he thinks I have. Interesting.
Well, he definitely said something to Mishka. Because I'm trying to remember what she just told me there. Something about how he thinks that you're going to get Rabbit to get revenge on Edgar for you, and it's going to get Rabbit at height again. I told her, I said, Delilah doesn't want revenge. I said, if Delilah had her way, she'd probably be done with Edgar. You know what the ridiculous thing is? All this worked. All this fucking nonsense worked. This place is busier than it's been in a long time.
Good.
A whole bunch of somebody just came over here with his daughter to go look around. Friends of Rabbit.
To look for Rabbit.
Well, they were going to come over this weekend, but Rabbit said wait a few days for things to calm down. This guy Thomas Callahan that I apparently met ages ago. And his daughter runs around with a mask with a symbol on it. I assume you've been thinking quite a bit.
Yeah.
On what to do next.
Yeah.
And if you decided?
No, not yet.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Find some friends. You're smart as hell. You're more than capable. But you're one person. And I can't help you the way I would really like to. And still be militia.
I appreciate that you appended that statement.
I'm not saying I won't at one point, but I currently can't. And I am very invested in making this island something special and sustainable.
You don't think that's possible to do unless you are militia?
I think this needs to get to a point before with at least some hand guiding it. The way I want it to be. And before I relieve myself of this of these powerful shackles and open myself up to danger.
I would like to talk to Charlie and Julius and Rabbit.
I can find him for you. Rabbit should be around somewhere. I can have them come over. Alone, I assume.
Sure.
I do have to go back to the crossing for a funeral at some point, so if Julius hasn't made his way back over, I will get a hold of him and bring him over here.
All right.
I mean, I'm sure Charlie will be around. Does he know you're here?
No one knows I'm here except for you. And Bailey.
It's funny to think about people I think that would be of good help to you. It's funny to say it's friends, but you know what I mean. It's people who will be loyal, who you can trust, and, you know, not go after anybody, necessarily not right now, but just to make sure you are not victimized just because you are a lone wolf. And I don't know what people will blame me for here these days. They believe all kinds of crazy shit. Apparently the shaman is around too.
And is he angry with me for stabbing him?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to try to talk to him. I would imagine he's not thrilled. Yeah, I need you to live.
You said.
Yeah. I think I've reached my quota of lost friends for the week, so.
Oh. Interesting.
What was that?
Gunshot, it sounded like.
Yeah, you want me to go see what it was? You lay low?
Yeah.
Alright. You don't see anybody around right now, do you?
No.
Alright, I'll drop down.
I'll wait here.
Alright.
Howdy.
Hi.
I'm gonna go change. I'm too obvious.
All right. I thought you looked nice.
It's a nice outfit, Herbie.
Yes, I know, but Rabbit saw my fucking hat from a mile away. And not a lot of people are supposed to know you're here.
No one is supposed to know I'm here,
Yes,
Herbie.
well now it's 2 people know you're here, okay?
Whoops.
Only one I'm worried about talking.
Well, you know, if Rabbit says anything, we'll kill them.
I wasn't talking about Rabbit.
I know you weren't,
Please have a seat,
but I
Rabbit.
stand by my statement.
How are you doing?
I'll give you my stock standard response. I've been better, I've been worse. And how are you?
Will this bother you?
No, not at all.
I am, I suppose.
You are? How are you? Is you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am. I suppose is the best answer for that.
Cogito ergo sum? Are you going that far?
Something like.
Seems Mishka brought a doctor over to Gorma.
I
Wish she
heard.
had talked to me about that first.
I may have heard something else I don't think you probably wanted me to hear. Herbie
Oh.
told me.
Herbie told you.
Yes, I guess he heard from Mishka about, that you have a time limit.
I mean, we all do. I think my phrasing was that I'm not dying at an alarming rate, just faster than most people. Not sure why she'd tell Herbie. That was a pretty closely guarded secret.
I won't tell anyone.
I appreciate that, but I imagine the damage is already done, thanks to my beloved. She's brought a senior doctor here and told Herbie, then I assume she's just told everybody under the sun that she's run into today.
Hopefully she's not run into many. For what it's worth, I don't think I would take the offer either. If it meant, losing memory.
Well, it's a funny thing. Technically, my mind and my memory is not the one that originally started off in this body. So there's two schools of thought. One is to cling to life for as long as possible and die as myself. And the other option is to flip a coin. Because they told me, maybe it won't scramble your brain. Maybe it will. But if I lose the coin toss, then someone else wins it. Just don't know who that person is. Don't know what kind of person they turn into. People are walking in on the side here. Give me a second. Stone, Morales. How are we? Well, you can go back to looking if you like, but I'm here. Fine. What do you mean, what happened? Someone made a mistake. I reacted and caught a bullet for it. I'm sure if you want the story of what happened that day, there's plenty of people that'll tell you their own accounts. For my part in it, I was a neutral party who tried to help wounded and got dragged into it thanks to my own affiliations and convictions at the last second. What's Mishka told you? Yeah, well, I'm better now. A surgery. She has no fucking clue what she's talking about. I'm in the middle of something, so I'll talk to you later. Nice seeing you. Yeah, there it is. Stone and Boone.
Oh, I see. I wouldn't mind talking to Boone, but probably not today.
I didn't tell him you were here.
I
don't know if they
appreciate that.
spotted us walking up.
I heard what you were saying.
Yeah, they were looking for Bailey.
I see. Yeah, she's kind enough to let me stay here right now. Thought people might come for me at the bar. Apparently Edgar is still fascinated and fixated on me. I'm not sure why.
That does sound like him.
Herbie says he's been telling everyone that I have hexed people on the island. That they are under my spell, particularly you, Rabbit.
That's because I paid Edgar a visit. I woke up and checked my mail to see that Mishka had been invited to the castle by Edgar and went there by herself to talk to him.
I see.
So I showed up and put several rounds in the air and approached him with a gun in my hand, and he was alone. But he
see.
wanted to talk, so I told him to name me a guest and offer me bread and salt. And he did. And that I told him that one day I was going to kill him. He seemed very perplexed by this.
That was his reaction. Confusion.
He wanted me to justify why I was doing what I was doing.
Ah, this is where the spell came in, I imagine.
He attacked somebody that, as far as I was concerned, was under my protection. Not saying you need it. But I offered to walk there with you for a reason. There's a reason I waited for you. And I said, to be fair, he didn't know that I would strike if he struck you. And that I don't blame him for that. That I fired first, out of anger.
Why did you fire?
Because you were hurt. And I wanted to hurt the people that hurt you. I said a lot of things. I told him of my rules, my compacts, the code that I follow. The final one, which is, if you plan to name someone your enemy, you must first tell them and give them time to prepare. And then I told him he wasn't my enemy yet. And that until that day, perhaps we could still work together, depending on what he asks.
What did he ask?
Nothing yet. He was bewildered by pretty much everything that came out of my mouth.
I think this will be the way to defeat Edgar.
He thinks I'm possessed.
I see.
Thinks that I'm cursed.
Under the witch's spell.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to figure out is if Edgar truly believes this, or if he's using it as some sort of twisted propaganda to take over the island.
If you name your enemy and claim that all of your enemies fall behind that one, you can rally people to fight against an unknown threat.
All this
Suddenly,
because he thinks
everybody-
I run an island.
That's right. Every single person he comes to dislike will be under your spell, and thus worthy of destruction.
It's a dangerous game to play.
It is. I didn't like the way he chose to hurt you, frankly.
Publicly, or with a machete, or both.
It wasn't a fight.
No,
You
it
didn't
was
fight.
not. There was a moment I felt the urge to strike and chose not to. I was worried if I did, they might come for you and Jules and Herbie. I don't usually hesitate like that. And I must admit, I find it upsetting and a little bit confusing.
I understand that. There's definitely things that still cause me to hesitate. Long service as a sheriff has led me to numb my instinct to hesitate. But sometimes hesitation is discipline.
Rabbit, what would you do if you were me? At this particular crossroads?
My guess is you probably have at least a half dozen people that would pick up a gun if you asked them to. If you wanted to strike him down. Because the question is, do you want to? You seemed pretty content with everything that happened. The thing you seemed most annoyed by was the fact that people were rushing to save you.
I don't like that people were hurt on my behalf. I would prefer that not happen again. Frankly, it seems unavoidable. If Edgar is going to come for me, the only thing I can do to prevent it is either surrender immediately or fight back, and fighting back has no guarantee that it won't hurt people. It's strange.
Surrendering will hurt people too.
I suppose.
The people that care about you, for whatever the reasons they care about you, will be hurt knowing that you are languishing in whatever grip he deems appropriate. The noble self-sacrifice is a thing that I train deputies out of.
I don't know if there's anything noble in that.
In self-sacrifice, or in yours in particular?
In mine in particular. It's just feeding a dog and making him bigger. There's no long-term sight in that situation. And probably the case for a lot of deputies that you train. I think self-sacrifice will solve the solution, or be the solution rather. And it might be for the moment, for the particular chess move that was just made, but long-term it's usually far worse than beneficial. And that's what it would be with Edgar. I would just feed the beast. And if he is doing this for something he believes in, then I'm feeding that too. If it is a lie and it's all propaganda, then again, I'm feeding that as well.
He thinks he's freed from his curse.
I hoped he would think so. And thus maybe potentially move on. I can't
You know, it's funny.
tell. What?
I think I heard concern in his voice for me.
Huh. Do you think he believes it?
He made it very clear that he didn't want me as his enemy. With a tinge of... I wouldn't call it pleading, because I would not say that I have ever seen Edgar beg, but there was definitely an edge of, I do not want you as my enemy, not now, not ever. Whether that means he thinks I'd be more useful as an ally, or...
Maybe he's afraid of you.
maybe. There was a moment where I said that I came here to Guarma with Weller, knowing full well that we could both die.
What did
And he
he say to
said,
that?
with a tinge of panic in his voice, "God damn it, this honor is gonna get you all killed."
He's a mighty intriguing one, that Edgar.
I told him about the violence in me, about the sickness in me, and said I have two choices. One is to go back to the crossing and suppress it and continue. And the other is to stay here and find a different way to embrace it, I wonder. Something to that effect.
Have you made up your mind yet?
Well, I'm at least gonna write out the rest of my leave of absence, which is another 3 weeks at least.
A lot can happen in 3 weeks.
Certainly can.
What's that, little one? Does someone approach your nest? I don't see anyone. Perhaps behind me. Ah, yes, there they are. You were right.
How are you, Miss Delilah?
All right, and you?
Are you feeling better?
As good as can be, I suppose.
Suppose better than last time is always better than anything, right?
And you?
I'm okay. Have you seen Rabbit?
Yes, they were just here. Stepped away for a moment.
Gotcha. Alright, well,
Alrighty. Do you know if they said they were going to be coming back or? Oh, hi. Tabitha. Sorry.
That's all right.
Nice to meet you.
Tabitha, nice to meet you as well.
Hello.
hello.
And who are you to Rabbit, Tabitha?
Very good friend and a coworker.
Oh, then yes, they will be back momentarily.
Right. Thank you.
Good. No worries. You found him.
Oh,
Hi, Herbie.
Hello.
hi, Herbie.
How are you?
I'm alright. How are
Good,
you?
good,
It's
good.
good to see you again.
How are you guys? How was your trip?
Good. Good.
There's fucking Delilah. There's like 10 people who I turned around and were just at your bar.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who came in
Tourists.
on the boat with
Yeah.
us. It was insane.
All right. Well, I'm assuming Edgar is looking for you guys too, Delilah. So he's also looking to talk to you one-on-one.
I'm sure he is.
Oh, that went so well last time.
Yeah. Also, that candy cane desperately wants to kill me now. Oh, well, here's Mishka.
While we're here, you should see the inside of this house. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, sure thing. Howdy, howdy.
Hello. A rabbit will be back momentarily, apparently. If you're looking for rabbit.
Well, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna.
could put you up by the medical office.
If you like.
The one
There's
below
a
that.
whole
You know that
congregation
house?
out front now.
What's
Yes,
that? Yeah, you
they're
got some
here
friends
looking
here.
for you.
I cannot tell you the unbound rage that is coursing through my veins right now.
I've heard you are a wrathful, rage-filled beast that is under the sway of Delilah, who needs to be saved.
I'm under the sway of Delilah. I need to be saved.
Yep, that's what Edgar said. He's very concerned about you after gunning you down.
It's very sweet.
He said you're suffering from rage. I said, over what? From wrath. I said, over what?
I'm leaning more towards propaganda, Rabbit.
Yes. He's like, she's hexing people. He told me this stuff too, but he wants to have a meeting with like the heads, quote unquote, heads of the island tomorrow.
He's probably talking about this.
Man, he says you're out of control and you're consumed by rage.
I think the thing that made me out of control at the time was definitely the fact that he went to my partner, invited him to his castle, and then she went there by herself. That definitely got me pissed off.
That'll do it. He's I don't know. These are a lot of people who summoned here out of concern for you. I believe he told Mishka to go get sheriffs to come here and check on you because you were consumed by rage, and he's worried. Everyone should be worried about you.
Is that who's at the front?
Oh yeah, that would be
A woman
Thorn.
named Tabitha. I don't know. She introduced herself as Tabitha.
She
to
brought
me.
Tabitha here.
Yes. And
Another... Cash might be coming, but that wasn't Cash, so.
I find that type of behavior surprising for Edgar, undermining a very strong individual and their reputation.
Well, but
at
you were
their
just
job.
too powerful, Delilah, with your witchery.
No, but him telling her coworkers to come, their coworkers to come and check on them is very, it implies that Rabbit is unable to care for themselves. Or their judgment
like
is...
they have any display. All right, I'm gonna go. You think of a new place to go, Delilah.
Okay.
Now that everybody knows for some reason.
All right.
I'll help you find somewhere in a bit if you'll give me a bit of time to deal with this.
Of course. I'll be right over here if you need me. Not going too far.
All right, thank you.
Is it?
I'm gonna go check on your bar.
Yes, I was
It
about
should
to
be
ask, if
fixed
you
very
see-
soon, I think.
That would be wonderful. If you see Charlie, can you send him my way, please?
I will. Just stick around these people for now, all right?
All right.
Can I tell you something? And I mean this sincerely.
Sure.
I'm very glad there was no damage done to your ass, because I would have been really sad then. See you later.
Hi, Delilah.
Hi. How are you?
Shit. To be fair,
I think we're all feeling a bit run down.
I fucked up.
How so?
I tried getting Rabbit help, and now apparently everyone knows that they're sick.
I
And-
heard from Herbie, but I didn't tell anyone, and I won't. It's not really mine to tell.
I appreciate it. I just wanted to help them, that's all. And now they just... I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I just kept seeing them get blood out of their eyes and nose and things like that, and I didn't like seeing that. And they ran out of morphine, so I went to the mainlands to get them morphine, but the only way I could get morphine was to bring a doctor.
I see. Surely they understand your intention. It's not out of malice, but a place of devotion and love. Maybe a little bit of desperation, but not a destructive kind. I'm sure they understand that.
Yeah, but now that everyone knows, it's...
Does everyone know?
I don't know. They know that the island knows.
That's because I told them that I had heard from Herbie.
Yeah, and then word just keeps going around and around, doesn't it?
Well, like I said, I haven't said anything to anyone other than Rabbit. I don't think Herbie would either, to be honest with you.
Right. I only spoke about it to people that work very closely with Rabbit. I wouldn't dare to use it against them for anything else.
Yeah, of course. I don't
But
think...
it is true, and you can't deny that. And to be fair, they want to die. They said it to Edgar in front of my fucking face. They don't care about anything that's around them. All they care about is just ending it. And how they just deal with pain. And that's something I just don't understand. And frankly, I'm trying so fucking hard to just be there for them and help them, and they just yell at my face. They've been on morphine for the last 5 to 6 months. Without telling anyone. They would put it in their flask every time they would go and work. I'm telling this because this has got to stop.
What has got to stop? Bye, Charlie.
Hiding. Suffering. I just don't like seeing them like that. But now I'm thinking maybe they do like that. And I'm just ruining it for them.
I don't know how I can change anything.
No one can. Can't change someone unless they're willing to change themselves, right?
I can agree with that.
But right now I feel like a fool. And I feel like I've done something wrong.
Do you feel that way genuinely, or is something making you feel that way?
I feel like that genuinely.
Well, then
Rabbit.
your problem is inward.
Rabbit didn't say thank you or anything like that. They just yelled at me for bringing in a doctor. And
Did you do it for Rabbit's thanks, or did you do it for their health?
I did it for their health. They were bleeding out of their nose and eyes
I saw.
everywhere. It was getting really fucking bad, and what else was I supposed to do? And they didn't have morphine, so how else am I supposed to get it? Steal it? Commit a crime?
There are various ways to approach a scenario or a problem, Mishka. But the world is not made up of right decision and wrong decision, just decisions. And you didn't make this decision for anyone's approval. You did it for Rabbit's health. There's nothing wrong with standing firm in your conviction and your passion and your belief. Not every decision you make will be easy, and not every decision you make will be something those around you stand by and agree with. But if you prioritize their health over their approval, then you have done what you needed to do. The issue comes in if you value their respect and approval and opinion over their health. And that's simply another choice. It's not necessarily right or wrong.
I think I did the right thing. But it just hurts
Yes.
knowing that I think I did the wrong thing based on their words. It just didn't feel good at all.
Oh, I didn't tell anyone other than Rabbit, and I won't.
I appreciate it. But I think you knowing is also my fault.
If you told Herbie, then yes, probably. But next time I see him, I will let him know.
I was in shock, and I told him that I needed to go back to the mainlands because Rabbit was sick and I needed to get morphine. And based on the description that I told him, he said that to everyone that she's dying, or they're dying. And now everyone thinks that they're dying, and it's not really the case, but it could be.
Everyone's dying. Rabbit just knows their timeline. And frankly, not even that. I could die tomorrow, whether or not a doctor says I have 5 or 10 or 15 years left to live.
Yeah, I know.
It's an illusion of a timeline.
I just know that they're sick and they need help. And I guess I just took the initiative to help them, and I also knew that they wouldn't want the help. So maybe I am the asshole for helping them live another day. But at least I'm trying.
Again, I don't believe there is necessarily a wrong or a right. There is simply your desire, your passion, your motivation, and someone else's. And your priority, again, was their life. Brush the rest of it away, and you have your conviction.
All right.
You did what you needed to do to prioritize life.
Yeah.
I need to speak with Charlie over there.
All right. I'm gonna go find someone. I appreciate you, Delilah. Thank you for listening and giving me some words.
I know we've just met, and I'm not very good at, I'm not very good at these things. Hopefully you found it helpful.
I did. It gave me a perspective. So thank you.
My pleasure. And again, I won't tell anyone what I heard.
Alright, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Charlie.
Hello? Know what I heard when I was in the crossing?
What's that?
The bloke who killed, Tahoe is his name. Yeah. Killed Rufus, right?
Yes.
He's not in Redwater anymore. He wants to start a tribe of people.
A tribe?
On the plains. Yeah, that's right. That's what he's saying. On the plains next to Blackwater.
I see. Thanks for watching. If you like this and want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. For in-depth character and meta chatter, tune into twitch.tv/pumpkinberry for Meta Mondays at noon Eastern.